Hey there YouTube, this is sjm4306 back with another video. This time, look what just came in the mail. This guy. Clearly this is the new Legend of Zelda Game & Watch. Anyway, I did a video similar to this one for when the Super Mario Bros. Version came out. And I still have it here, let's see. Still has a charge, hopefully. And yeah, it's like fully charged. I almost never charge this guy. Anyway, we're just going to pop this open. And I probably will actually do a teardown as well and see what's going on. I just cut the, there's like a little tape seal. Hopefully that'll allow me to, yeah, there we go. And similar to the Mario one, it has like this neat little overlay. The Zelda one does as well. Really cool. Anyway, should be able to just pop this open. Actually, on the back, just do a comparison. Yeah, this one actually has technically more games. It has both the English and international, like the Japanese and or international versions of each of the games. So really, you get 3 games basically. And this one you got 3 games and then the time screen. Anyway, I believe this costs, I think it was like about $50-ish. So this is more of a collectible sort of thing. There we go. And very similar to the Mario one, we have Special Thanks to You with Link as the vermin exterminator. And we have the box itself, and we have a sheet, apparently with some My Nintendo points that you can get. So anyway, yeah, we have the user manual. It's just one of these fold-out style map sort of things. And we have the unit itself, and this time they actually put some more thought into the box, making it presentable. So you can actually kick this out. You can just pull out these tabs, and it makes its own stand that'll hold it upright at like a 60-degree angle. We have the game itself, which, let's see if there's anything else included. So yeah, it just shows you here an infographic of how to do that. And I believe the cables should be in here. Well, cable, because it just is a USB-C cable, yeah. And that's it. So I'm just going to tuck that back in. And we can take a look at the unit itself and do a comparison. Okay, and here are the 2 units side by side. Pretty much the only difference really is the addition of the start and select button, and that's because clearly they need it for Link's Awakening and whatnot in order to have 100% compatibility with the game. And yeah, other than that, the button colors, placements are identical as far as I can see. The silk screening as well, and clearly it says Legend of Zelda instead of Super Mario Bros. But it does the iconic thing where the plastic actually shows through at all the interface areas, just like the original Game & Watches. And on the back, we have a little surprise. There's actually a little Triforce, and there is a surprise I've already seen. Unfortunately, it was spoiled for me unintentionally. What that is, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but there is something special involved with that. And we have the serial number there, as well as just some information like imprinted into the plastic itself. We have tri-wing screws once again. The speaker slot, which is in the identical place of the Mario Brothers one. And we have power and USB-C. Looks like actually they used a different USB-C. Probably guys can't see that, but yeah, you could see a little bit of like gold in there. They used a physical different component for the USB-C port. And if you line them up exactly, it's a little bit higher too, you'll notice. So clearly the board is not going to be identical. They at least redesigned the board, push this up. Maybe possibly because they had to put the start and select buttons there. You can see it might have fouled with the traces for that or something, so they had to push the USB port up a little bit, just enough to make clearance for that. Let's turn this guy on. I like that. Okay, it says press button. Press time button. And at any point you can actually, I believe they said you can take over control and play on the time screen as I already get hit. Yeah. Obviously, you're stuck on this screen. During the time mode, I don't believe you can actually like play the full game. You could always, of course, go into game and then select obviously the English or the Japanese version of each game. And I believe Link's Awakening, yeah, you can do the French version, the like Dutch version, or the Japanese version. And Vermin, as well as there's an added timer too. I believe this is sort of like a boss rush mode sort of thing, but it's how many enemies you can kill within a defined time limit. Oh. So yeah, I'll just exit out of that. Let's just try Vermin. I don't think I've ever played this. Yeah. Oh, it's automated. So you just move left to right. So yeah, there's that. Let's try. Obviously, you got the first two Zelda games. Let's see. Okay, that's how we can adjust the volume and the brightness. There we go. And we have second game. And Link's Awakening. Now, yeah, it looks like the aspect ratio of the original Game Boy is a little bit more square. It's 160 by 144, and this is actually, it looks like a 3:2 aspect ratio. So everything looks a little bit vertically squished. Let's just get into the game. Yeah, the viewing angle actually washes out a little bit on the lower side, but if you tilt it up, it looks fine. So the LCD isn't quite the best, it looks like. And then if I just go back to the time mode, I'm on a different screen now. So this is a thing that the Mario one does too. Depending on the time of day, there are like little hidden secrets and stuff like that. And yeah, speaking of which, so yeah, this is actually a really cute thing. It's a nice thing if you're a collector uh, of video game paraphernalia, especially if you're a fan of the series. Really neat things to have. Let's actually tear this open. If you are interested in seeing, I teared this guy down when I first got it to see what was inside of that. But let's just pop this open and generally see how this compares to the Mario version. Okay, and here we are with the backs removed, and clearly what you'll notice is there's an indentation for the Triforce, and that, interestingly enough, is actually backlit by the backlight of the LCD itself. There's no separate LED, so as long as the screen is on, that will be lit up. That's actually a neat way of doing that. It's, reusing the backlight for the LCD to light up through the case. They did not do that clearly on the Mario version. There is a cutout for the serial flash chip, which contains the game ROMs. In this case, they actually just moved it up to the side and moved the cutout for that as well. You can see it uses the same processor. Yeah, exact same model numbers, which is, I believe it's, STM32. The LCD, they're using a different LCD actually. This one has the ribbon on the side, the other one is central. Okay, it does look like they have a similar bracket to the Mario one. But the laser etchings, I mean, obviously different on it on the top, but the actual like mechanical portions of it look very similar. Buttons the same placement on the liquid moisture sensor. There is like a sort of QR code looking thing here. I guess that's to internally keep track of the board. The numbering is different clearly. And yeah, it looks like they just kind of shifted that up. The placements of all these components are slightly different as well. And this chip, which is the battery charge controller, is shifted over a bit. The connector is shifted back, I guess to make room for the buttons. And the backlight ribbon's in the same place, so. And yeah, they actually made it a little larger, like the JTAG programming port on the STM. Here it is on the original, the Mario version, and this one, it looks like there are more contacts actually this time. There are 7 of them, and they're slightly larger as well, it looks like. And the board extends a little further down. There's some kind of void empty space there. They're using the same speaker though, and it looks like, yeah, the exact same battery. Let me grab a Phillips and we'll get into the other side of this board. Okay, and it looks like one more screw. It has the same plastic subframe assembly as the Mario version, but it's a different color this time. Instead of that gray color, they used white plastic. And let's just see. It's all kind of going to pull out at once. There we go. Just gonna try to flip this over. Oh yeah, and that's why it's molded into the same portion as the Triforce shadow mask, basically. And there we go. So they're using an Innolux. It's a model, let's see, ZJ024NA-17F. And yeah, it appears it's probably the exact same size resolution as the original screen. I'll have to look back on my old video of what the manufacturer on that screen was. It could very well have been the same manufacturer. Yeah, we have just a little bit of like kind of foam strips to apply pressure to the LCD. The membrane came along for the ride here for the D-pad. Carbonized contacts on the front. And if I just move this out of the way, there's absolutely nothing on this side. Just tons of vias. Just for, I guess, ground stitching and whatnot. But yeah. And you can see on the other side, that's how they redirect the sound. There's just a piece of plastic that fits in here. And even though the speaker is more or less forward firing, it redirects the sound out the side. And the buttons themselves, they're just rubber membranes with carbonized pills. And for the D-pad, there's physically a plastic D-pad in there. Let's get this back together. Forgot to mention there are 2 extra kind of standoffs in the plastic, obviously to apply pressure for the extra set of 2 buttons there. So there's 4 instead of 2 there. Looks like the rest of the molding is identical though, as far as I can see. Yeah. So I know, yeah, hopefully you guys found that pretty interesting. As soon as I saw this came out, I wanted one, and I wanted one to tear it down. And then when I saw the glowing Triforce, I wondered if they had separate LEDs. If I figured that they had separate LEDs, and maybe you had to reach a certain condition, you know, certain time of day it would turn on or something. But no, it's actually just fed right from the back of the LCD, and I can actually turn it on there, and you can see if I shut off the lights, yeah, you can see it's just the rear backlight diffuser that just glows right through there. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this really short video, well, relatively short, and I'm guessing because of the architecture doesn't seem to have changed at all. It's just parts have shifted around. But I'm pretty sure whatever hack that guy came up for the original Super Mario Bros. Version of the Game & Watch, I'm pretty sure you could apply that to here to add your own ROMs on or do whatever you want, pretty much. Doesn't look like anything is physically changed. Now, Nintendo might have done something with the firmware to try to prevent that or make it more difficult, but it's not really that complex, I don't think. Um, Probably would require minor modification if you did want to re-enable those hacks for this device. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.